Champion's Journey. I'm Rich Johnson. It's been a while since we've added content to the channel here, and I'm super excited to be starting to share with you the highlights of our 2021 racing season. Our family race team, Scuderia Veloce, has been very busy. Ronan and I spent a great deal of the spring building what's probably the first all-new round-bottom Masters car in quite a few years. We also worked on a bunch of other cars and projects and traveled cross-country to a number of different races. We've got a lot of content that we shot on those trips, and we also have hundreds of photos thanks to our good friend Kevin Boyd, who's just an artist when it comes to photographing derby races. We look forward to putting videos out soon on the round bottom build, the NDR Nationals, rally racing in Kentucky, and the upcoming Invitational in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we also haven't forgotten, we owe you part 2 of that setup video. Once we get the cars back home here, hopefully we'll be able to film that as well over the winter. Today's episode, however, is all about the granddaddy of soapbox derby championships, and that is the All-American in wonderful Akron, Ohio. This very storied and historical race goes back 88 years. There were breaks for World War II and COVID in 2020, so this represented 2021 represented actually the 83rd running of the All-American. For our family, it was our 8th trip to Akron. The first one was in 2013 with our daughter Willa, racing in Superstock Local. And for 2021, this was Ronan's 7th visit to Akron, this year as a Rally Masters champion and as a Legacy champion. And our niece Bella came along for her 2nd trip to Akron as a stock rally champion. The All-American is a very unusual race. It has unique procedures, rules, and traditions that place a premium on luck in addition to skill and preparation. This year, the Derby stars aligned for our family, led to several very exciting races that we are looking forward to sharing with you on this video. So come on along! All right, guys, where are we headed?
We're headed to Ohio to race in the All-American.
All-American. Who's going to come in first place? All right, sounds good to me. That sounds like a plan. Yeah, we're working on not enough sleep. We got the round bottom for the NDR done, loaded in the car, so we wouldn't damage the paint, and 3 other cars in a 2-car trailer. So we're on our way. What are we looking at here, guys?
Where they made the first airport.
The Wright Brothers Bicycle Shop. We're at Greenfield Village, and we got our cars turned in at Akron, so we have a couple days. We came up to Michigan, and this is the Wright Brothers original bicycle shop where they built the Wright Flyer, and we're back in the back room where the Flyer was assembled. So this is pretty cool. So Greenfield Village is where Henry Ford assembled. He brought buildings from all over the world, including like the Wright Brothers bicycle shop we were just in, and his replica of his original factory, and put them together for everybody to see what a early 20th century town was like. All right, this is the Thomas Edison Laboratory from Fort Myers, Florida, where he would go in the winter, and he had his own laboratory machine shop where he could keep working down there. It's pretty cool. We're coming to you from the Ford Museum, which has the original Goldenrod land speed car, and as you guys know, our latest laydown derby car's got a Goldenrod tribute paint job. So what do you think of the real one, Ronan?
It's pretty cool in person. It's really long, and yeah, I like it.
Pretty fast. A 409-mile-an-hour car, held the record for about 40 some years, and it's really awesome to see it in person. Well, we're out here at Akron, and it is day one of race week. I'm working under the tent. We've done 2 of our 3 cars, going to get the Legacy now. We've done the Masters and the stock. And this is where you go in, check all your alignment, put your shell back on, fix any repairs you got to do. Hot days usually at Akron. Very tired after 4 or 5 hours of work. It's going to be a long day. But great bunch here. It's all gone smooth so far. Well, Ronan, we got the last of the cars tuned up and weighed, and that's the Legacy car, and you can see we got 11 Legacies behind Ronan here. About probably half of them are newer cars, and I think there's still 1 or 2 outside. And how are you feeling after 8 hours in the hot Akron sun working on cars?
Exhausted, tired, sweaty.
Yeah, I feel the same way. These days, the first day at Akron is always completely exhausting for us for whatever reason. Trying to get a lot done on the car in tough conditions, hot pavement, and it's crazy. And I am glad to be going and getting a refreshing, cool beverage. Hey Bella, you all ready to go for your first race of the race week? All right, we got the car all done up, and we're waiting here at the top. We're actually heat number 2 of the Rally Challenge, so we're going to be one of the first cars over the gates here at Race Week 2021. Looking forward to it. Look at that track. It's all freshly repaved, and we're anxious to try it out.
Wave to me.
Set the nose. Don't blow the car yet. Don't blow the car, just set the car. Tails. Make sure you stay with your group. Hold on down.
Here's the big hill at the Derby Downs, and the people are bringing their cars down with the hooks. Believe it or not, the race used to start at the top here, and the cars would be going, I don't know, 50 miles an hour or something, but they moved the start line down the hill a long time ago, many decades ago, and now they're hitting speeds of about 35, which is still plenty fast. Here's a standard feature Derby Downs. It's a Goodyear blimp coming over for race day. And its hangar is right next to the track here, right on the Akron Airport. Now look at it making that big turn in the wind. Wow, it's really rolling over. That's awesome. It's giving us a good view of the blimp. Well, we've been out here racing, and Ronan has made it to round 2 of the Rally Challenge. We're waiting here, which you do a lot of that, waiting under the tent. They're currently running super stocks and stocks, I think, still, and we're waiting for our shot to go down the hill. Well, this is kind of a surreal experience here, but Ronan is sitting on the hill waiting. He is in the top 6 of the Masters Rally Challenge, but they had to get going with the Legacy. Luckily, we drew a bye, so they were able to run the entire first round of the Legacy before we finished the Masters, and we're not holding up the show or anything. So this is pretty cool, just watching this division
that means Charles takes the overall and
3-4 years ago, and watching all the cars, and I just get to watch here from a grassy hillside as they're loading them up and racing here at Akron, round 1 of the Legacy division. All right, Rick, you wanted to be on our Derby channel, so say hi to Derby Nation, guys. Hi, guys. All right, we're all having fun here in the finals of the Rally Challenge for the Masters. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're out here racing Legacy late in the day on the first race day of race week. Ronan managed to win the Rally Challenge race. First big win for him here at Akron, so that meant a lot to us. And now we're at it with our Legacy friends, going at it, and we're just got into round 4. Go in phase 1 of the finals for Legacy. Charlie Nagone versus Ronan.
Hey, did you folks bring dinner over there?
And they're calling for dinner here.
Down the hill, bring dinner, didn't you know that? Well, don't come and try to stand me.
And that's a close. I can't even tell we went over first. All right, Ronan. You went 2 for 2. What should we do now?
Go 4 for 4.
Sounds like a plan. Very proud of your performance today, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is typical of the racing action at Akron. You got a bunch of cars crowded here at the starting line. They're sending them down 3 abreast. This is the local challenge race, so these are all local champions running off in a 3-lane challenge, lane and wheel swap, single elimination challenge race, 3rd day of race week. All right, we're looking at something here that not a lot of people probably have seen. It is the lane calibration procedure going on day before the World Championship here. You can see they've got some anemometers out on the track measuring wind speed. There's very little wind speed. This seems like almost a perfect day for them to do it because there's been hardly a hint of wind, and it's been kind of overcast, so I don't think sun or wind have played a big factor in the lanes. And then they've got a couple calibrated cars and very, very good drivers who are driving the cars, and I've been watching them. They've been going down the lanes and driving just arrow straight lines in order to get good calibration data. It's probably not an exact science, but I'm sure they're doing the best they can to try to come up with 3 equally calibrated lanes. They adjust the little screw adjusters on the ramps to slow or speed up the track, and it only takes just a fraction of an inch to really alter it one way or the other, and they really try to make sure they're as even as possible. Here they come, and they've been trading off lanes and so on. You can see there's some sensors here that are about every quarter down the track that are taking telemetry data on the times for the cars to get to the different points. I'm sure they figure that into their program that they use for calculating the data and helping to calibrate the lanes. Thanks to the crew here who's trying their best to make this a fair race for everybody. Here's a unique element of Akron Race Week, and that's the wheel draw for the big Saturday World Championship race. Ronan just picked the set of wheels that had the golden light shining out of the seams and the angelic music playing, right, Ronan? You get a good set?
I hope so.
All right, Bella, we got your car all tuned up. You ready to go get some wheels?
Yes.
You're gonna pick some fast ones, right? All right, Ronan, thanks for the help, buddy. Well, it's race day morning here at Akron Derby Downs, and we've had a rain delay, but the sky is looking a lot lighter and it's quit raining, so they're starting to tee up the first of the local stocks, and they're going to get ready to do a parade for the kids here in just a minute, and then we'll get off to racing. Here come the champs parading up the track after the national anthem here and getting ready to start racing. We got our first local stock groups going down the hill. Well, we're up here at Topside again. They're teeing up the top 9 rally cars here. They got the top 9 rally stocks, and they're bringing in the top 9 super stocks, and they'll bring in the masters, and then they'll end up pairing them up into threes. Bella's made it to round 3, which means she's in the top 9, and they will go off in 3-car heats, which will determine who will run off for the World Championship. That should be a while. They're going to bring the champs up pretty soon in golf carts, and they'll and we'll get to the round 3.
People on those golf carts right now that we were here the other day as Willa Derby World Champions. For the World Championship in the rally stock, Shelton Taylor in lane number 1, Cindy Meyer in lane 2, Isabella Siddle in lane 3. Here they come. Let's hear it for these champs. This is championship time. Here they come. It was lane number 1. Shelton Taylor. In second place, it was lane number 2.
Bella, you just won the All-American Soapbox Derby. What's going through your mind?
That I did good.
You did really good. You drove that car like a demon today. Really well done. So you are the 2021 All-American Soapbox Derby Rally Stock Champion. Way to go.
Bella, how do you feel? Your thoughts on this? You are the first person in the state of Washington since 1966 that has won for the state of Washington at the International Soapbox Derby Championship. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah? So what do you plan to do after this?
Get a lemonade.
Get a lemonade. Okay, that sounds good.
Well, it's the day after race day and we are across the street from Derby Downs. We retrieved our cars from the barn and we are getting ready to try to pack a whole bunch of stuff into too small a trailer and head to Indy, where we're going to keep our cars until the NDR in a month. So it's going to be an interesting and hot day out here, but we had a great race week. We won 3 out of the 6 events that we entered. And our niece Bella is the first world champion, All-American world champion from Washington State since 1966. So, mission accomplished. All right, well, that was certainly one newsworthy race week for our family race team, Scuderia Veloce. You know, from the first racing, first day of racing with Ronan, you won the Masters 3-lane challenge and followed it right up with the Legacy Championship, World Championship. What do you think of that?
I mean, words can't really describe the feeling.
Yeah.
No, the whole day I was just super focused and ready for my next opponent, and you know, I just took it one race at a time basically, and it worked out in my favor, and I couldn't be more thankful. So
yeah, it was great. It was crazy. There in between races, they were shuttling us up and down the hills in golf carts, just so that they could run the 2 races on top of each other. I want to thank Mike Corson for handling our Legacy car, bringing it all the way down, literally getting it into the gates. Ronan and I came up after getting the trophy from the shoot for the Masters and got out of the golf cart, ran to the starting gate for our first heat of Legacy. It was literally like a Le Mans start. The racer drives, jumps in the car, gates drop. It was crazy. Fun, but crazy. We were so fortunate that day to just have everything come together and to get 2 championship trophies here in one day. It really made it one of the most memorable days of Derby for us. But we weren't done that week. Went on to Saturday, and Bella gave us all quite a thrill. Came out of nowhere and really just laid down awesome lines all day long. We had a feeling, looking at the times, that we had a good setup and had drawn a good set of wheels. And even being in the slower lane, she got it done 3 out of 4 times. In that lane, and it was really her day. What really made it special was having Randy and Marla Hegel there. You know, we wouldn't be in it without Randy and Marla. They founded the race here on Camino Island, Stanwood 14 years ago. Just tireless through their Windermere business, tireless support of Soapbox Derby, and to have those 2 there with Bella winning the first World Championship out of our state since 1966 was really a special day. Yeah, I think we'll remember this whole race week for a long time to come. And thank you to all of the Akron volunteers. It takes hundreds of volunteers to make that race week happen. And it was just really awesome seeing it running again after a break for a year due to COVID. So great to be back racing in Akron. If we could change one thing, Ronan,
would have got a different lane on Saturday.
Might have liked a different lane draw on Saturday, but you can't win them all. We'll get them next year. So what do you say, bud?
See you on the next episode of Champions Journey.
Yep. See you guys. Take care. Okay, I think we've nailed it in one take.